In 2025, deciding whether to rent or buy a home has become more complicated than ever. Housing prices remain high and mortgage rates, while stabilizing, are still elevated. So which option makes more financial sense today? Let's break it down. To start, let's compare monthly costs in major cities across the US and Europe. We're looking at standard two-bedroom apartments. In 2025, the average rent is 3,460 euros in New York, 3,500 in London, 2,500 in Paris, 1,155 in Prague, and lower than that in cities like Budapest and Warsaw. Now compare that to average monthly mortgage payments. 4,700 euros in New York, 3,500 euros in London, 2,380 in Paris, 1,600 in Prague, and similar variation across the continent. At first glance, the monthly costs between renting and buying don't seem dramatically different, but those averages hide important details. Buying a home comes with additional costs that renters don't face. These include transaction fees, legal costs, paperwork and closing fees up to 12% in some countries like Spain, property taxes. These vary widely but can reach 2% annually, or 20,000 euros for a 1 million euro home. Insurance, a few hundred euros each year to protect against damage. Maintenance. Experts recommend budgeting 1% to 4% of a home's value every year. That's 10,000 euros or 40,000 euros annually for a 1 million euro property. These costs add up and can make buying significantly more expensive over time. Despite the extra costs, owning a home builds equity. As you repay your mortgage, you slowly gain ownership of the property. And if property values rise, you may earn a return on your investment. Renters, on the other hand, don't build equity, but they avoid the risk of property value fluctuations. If the market crashes, renters aren't exposed. Renting also provides flexibility. If you need to move for work or personal reasons, ending a lease is far simpler than selling a home. Buying, in contrast, is better suited for those seeking long-term stability. That's why many experts use the 5-year rule. Only buy if you plan to stay in the home for at least 5 years. So, rent or buy? In 2025, there's no universal answer. It depends on your lifestyles, finances, and long-term goals. If you value flexibility, plan to move, or want fewer responsibilities, renting makes sense. If you're financially prepared, plan to stay long-term, and want to build wealth over time, buying could be the better choice. But with housing costs still high, many are finding that renting offers a safer short-term option, even if buying has long-term advantages. Whichever path you choose, make sure it fits your financial reality, not just the headlines. Thank you so much for watching, and goodbye.